Every summer, same story, ants cross your kitchen counter heading straight for something sweet. You reach for the spray can, but spray only kills what you see. The colony stays untreated, and by morning, the trail is back. My name is Jacob, a 55-year-old Amish farmer. My family has handled ant season for generations without one spray can or exterminator. We use 10 methods in the same order every summer, all from your kitchen and yard, ranging from simple barriers to direct colony elimination. Number 10 starts with the easiest setup before your next outdoor meal. In the 10th place, start with a water moat around every outdoor table before the first picnic of summer. Set each table leg inside a wide, shallow dish or pie tin filled with water. Make sure the water line is at least 2 inches deep and that no part of the leg touches the ground above the water. If any bit of wood or metal bridges the moat, ants will use it as a ramp. Most common house ants cannot swim and will not cross a stretch of standing water if there is no dry path. This is simple physics. The water blocks their route long before they reach your food. On our farm, we learn to check these moats every morning, especially in hot weather when water evaporates fast. Refill as needed and clear away any leaves or twigs that could give ants a shortcut. No soap, no powder, no sprays, just water and a steady hand. This is prevention, not reaction. You keep the harvest table safe, and you teach the ants that your food is off limits before they ever step inside. Number 9, you must remove the invitation before you do anything else indoors. Every ant that finds a crumb or a sticky rim on a jar is a messenger sent back to the colony with news that your kitchen is open for business. In our house, we rinse every can, bottle, and jar before it goes into the bin. That thin film of syrup left on a soda can is enough to draw a single scout, and once she finds it, she leaves a trail that brings hundreds more. After every meal, wipe down the counters, the table, and the stovetop with a damp cloth. Do not wait for the ants to appear. Summer heat carries food scent farther, and what you cannot smell, an ant surely can. Store fruit, sugar, and honey in sealed containers or in the refrigerator during the hot months. Even a drop of jam on the lid or a crumb behind the bread box is a signal. When you clean up every trace, you break the chain before it ever forms. This is not just tidiness. It is a message to the colony that your home is closed for the season. Prevention begins with what you leave behind. 8th place, you set a cinnamon line wherever ants are pushing their way inside. In our house, I keep a jar of ground cinnamon at every door and window through the summer. When you see a trail coming in, sprinkle a thin, even line of fresh ground cinnamon right along the threshold, the windowsill, or any crack they're using. The scent from the cinnamon confuses their trail and breaks the signal they leave for each other. A fresh line will stop most ants from crossing, but if you let it get patchy, they find a way through. After a rain or on humid days, the powder clumps and loses its strength, so check your lines and lay down a new one as needed. For spots that stay damp, put a few drops of cinnamon oil on a cotton ball and tuck it right where the ants come in. The oil holds up longer than powder when the air is heavy. This method is not permanent, but it gives you a reusable barrier, one you can refresh as often as you like, and it costs just pennies. Ants do not cross a strong cinnamon line unless it has faded. Keep your barriers fresh, and you block their entry before they ever reach your food. Number 7. You widen your defenses with the citrus barrier. Save the peels from your oranges or lemons after breakfast and put them in a saucepan with enough water to cover. Simmer the mixture for 15 minutes, then let it cool. Pour this liquid into a spray bottle and apply it along baseboards, door frames, and the outside edge of your house, anywhere you see the ants traveling or slipping inside. The natural oil in those peels, called limonene, is toxic to ants on contact and acts as a strong repellent even at a distance. If you want a quick fix at a window or door, take a fresh peel and rub it directly along the sill or frame. That oily residue will keep working for several days, especially if you repeat it every 3 or 4 days during the hottest part of summer or right after a rain washes the scent away. My family never bought a single bottle of store spray. We used what we had, citrus scraps from the kitchen. The key is to keep the barrier fresh. Ants will test it, but if the smell is strong, they turn away before they ever cross the line. This is not a one-time trick, but a routine. One more layer in a summer-long defense that keeps your home closed to ants without a drop of chemical spray. Number 6, you lay down the diatomaceous guard when the ants refuse to turn back at your kitchen or foundation. Take food-grade diatomaceous earth and dust a fine, silky line along the outer edge of your house, around window bases, and across any outdoor trail where you have seen ants marching. Do not pour a thick pile. A light, almost invisible dusting works best. If the powder feels coarse or gritty in your hand, you have the wrong kind. The fossil shells in this earth cut into the ant's exoskeleton as they walk across it, drawing out the oils that keep their bodies from drying out. Within a day or two, most ants that cross the barrier will die from dehydration, but you must keep the line dry. The moment rain or heavy dew touches it, the powder clumps and loses all power. Reapply after every rain and check shaded spots where moisture lingers. My family has kept a small jar of food-grade diatomaceous earth by the porch since early spring, always ready for the first sign of a trail. This is not a bait, and it does not lure ants. It simply ends the march for any that try to cross. Use a dust mask if you are sensitive, and never use pool-grade diatomaceous earth, which is dangerous. The diatomaceous guard is your first true kill step, but it only works if you tend it like a fence. Thin, dry, and always in place before the ants find a new path. Number 5, now you must follow the trail. Do not waste your time killing the ants you see on the counter or the floor. Those are only scouts and workers, sent out by a colony you cannot see. The real problem is never the handful of ants in the open. It is the nest hidden in a wall, under the porch, or deep in the soil. Begin by watching patiently. Stand back and let the ants continue their march. If you cannot see where the trail leads, take a spray bottle with plain white vinegar and give a light mist right near the ants. The sharp scent will send them scurrying, not in every direction, but back along the path they came. Watch closely as they retreat. They will show you the exact route, along a baseboard, under a door, through a crack in the foundation. Move slowly and mark each entry point with a bit of tape or a pencil mark. This is the place you must remember. Amish families have always taught, never treat a symptom before you find the source. If you only react to what's in front of you, the colony will send more. But if you trace the trail to its beginning, you hold the key to ending the invasion at its root. Take your time. The colony is patient, and so must you be. Number 4, now you erase the map the ants have left behind. After you have given the colony time to feed on the borax bait and carry it home, it is time to wipe out every scent trail that brought them to your door. Mix equal parts white vinegar and water in a spray bottle and add a few drops of dish soap. Shake it gently, then spray this mixture along every visible trail, across the baseboards, and at every entry point where you saw ants marching. Do not rush this step. If you clean too soon, you will break the chain before the bait has reached the nest. Wait until you see the trails grow quiet, then spray and let the surface air dry. Vinegar and soap together break down the invisible pheromone lines that ants use to find their way. When you erase that trail, every ant that returns from the hunt will wander aimlessly, unable to call for backup or mark a new path. This is not a kill step. It is the final shutdown of the route. My family learned to follow this order every summer. Bait first, then erase the trail. If you reverse the steps, the colony will simply send new scouts to start over. But if you are patient and you wipe out their map at the right moment, you close your home to ants for good. This is the discipline that keeps the problem from returning year after year. Number 3, now you prepare the borax bait. This is the step where you stop fighting the ants you see and start working on the colony you cannot. In my family, we have used this method every summer, and it is the only one that reaches the heart of the problem. Begin by mixing 3 tablespoons of plain white sugar with 1 tablespoon of borax in a small bowl. Add water just a few drops at a time, stirring until you have a thin syrup that runs slowly off the spoon. Do not guess at the ratio. 3 parts sugar to 1 part borax is what makes the bait sweet enough to attract ants, but slow enough to let them carry it home before it does its work. Too much borax and you kill the foragers before they can share it with the nest. Too little, and the colony survives to send more scouts. Spoon this syrup into a small container with several holes punched in the sides. Place it right along the ant trail, but leave the feeding ants alone. Do not wipe them up, do not spray, and do not disturb the bait. The goal is to let the workers fill up and walk the poison back to the queen. Keep the bait out of reach of children and pets. Borax is low in toxicity, but not meant for anyone but the ants. Wait patiently for 3 to 7 days. If you have mixed it right, you will see the ant traffic slow, then stop. That is your sign. The colony is collapsing, and the root of your summer problem is finally being addressed. This is the quiet, patient way. No panic, no rush, just steady work that holds through every season. Number 2, now you bring the water flood to the heart of the colony. Once you have traced the trail and marked the nest entrance in the soil or garden bed, set your garden hose right at the opening. Turn the water on full and let it run for a full 10 minutes. Do not just wet the surface. Your goal is to drive water down 3 to 4 inches deep enough to collapse the tunnels and soak the brood chambers where the queen and larvae hide. Press the soil gently around the entrance. It should feel heavy and cool, not just damp on top. If you find the water pooling or running off before it soaks in, slow the flow or use a wide spray to help the ground absorb evenly. Repeat this flood every day until you see no new ant activity at the entrance. For small ground colonies near the garden, this is often enough to break them up for good. Amish families have relied on this method for generations. No poison, no powder, just water and steady patience. The ants may try to rebuild, but if you keep at it, the colony will abandon the spot. Always check that the water does not run toward your foundation or cause erosion. The flood is not about drowning every ant, but about making the nest unlivable, so they move on. When you see the ground settle and the trails go quiet, you know you have ended the problem at its source, not just chase the workers away for a day. And finally, in first place, you bring the boiling strike. This is the step you save until every other method has done its work, when the trails are mapped, the entrance is marked, and the colony stands exposed. Fill your largest pot with water and bring it to a rolling boil. For extra strength, stir in a handful of cayenne pepper or pour in a cup of plain white vinegar. The heat is what matters, but these additions help the water seep deeper and irritate any survivors. Now move slowly and pour the boiling water straight into every entrance hole you have found. Do not rush or splash. Let the water flood each tunnel, giving it time to collapse the chambers below. If you miss even one entrance, the colony can survive and rebuild, so check carefully and pour until you see steam rising from every spot. Boiling water kills workers, larvae, and the queen instantly on contact. The tunnels will cave in, and the colony will not recover if you leave no path untouched. If you see new ant activity after a day, repeat the treatment. Sometimes a deep nest needs a second strike. When you are done, wipe every surface, baseboard, and entry point with a cloth dipped in equal parts white vinegar and water. This final wash erases the pheromone map and keeps any stragglers from leading a new wave back to your home. The boiling strike is not just a kill step, it is a reset, a way to close the season with certainty. No sprays, no chemicals, just patience, heat, and a steady hand. This is how my family has ended in season for generations. You have finished the full Amish method, step by step. The pattern is always the same. Ants return where you leave food, shelter, and a clear path. Act in order, and you end the cycle. No panic, no poison needed. My family managed ant season across barn, kitchen, and yard for generations, using these 10 steps, never a spray. The ant was never the problem. The open door was. Subscribe for more Amish wisdom.